Okay, at long last. Alright. Okay, hello. Stanley Parable. I've never played the game before. I've watched playthrough, not the deluxe version though. The other one, the original one, the one that's not Ultra Deluxe. This was years ago though. I still remember some of it, but I don't know anything about the the Ultra Deluxe. Ultra Deluxe. Can I speak? So let's just hop right into it because, yeah, I don't know anything about the Ultra Deluxe version. I know it definitely has the stuff from the original, but not.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
I haven't heard this guy's voice in a long time.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting.
What could it mean?
Perhaps he had simply
What could it mean?
No matter
I forgot
how
you
hard
can't.
Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I forgot you can't jump in this game, so I'm over here. I have my thumb on my space key, but that's just how I normally am whenever I play games. I usually have my thumb on the space key. If I'm using WASD, I always place my thumb on the space key, even though I can't jump as much as I want to. It's just unnatural for me. It's unnatural if a game doesn't have like a jump feature, so it's weird. I haven't seen. I can't remember who. Oh, I should have known this. I like the way this looks. This is nice. It's very mysterious, but nice. This reminds me of
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered
the
the
two
door
doors.
on his left.
How about? Yeah, sure, we'll go with it. We'll take his instructions for now. What was I gonna say? All of this.
Yet there was not a single person here.
Can you not interrupt me?
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his
For not
boss's
getting
office,
fired. Talk.
hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker? Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive aggressively on the coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. Besides to ensure that this is okay, make sure your slide has a slick blue background in the header, and throw some. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Aww. That'll improve that self-esteem, I guess. Number of slides on this slide. Charts, and slides. Wait. Oh. Rate at which charts are the same slide. Okay. What does it say over here? Bi-quarterly post-review. Review. We're reviewing the review? We need something reviews. 402 plus 405. Want to get rid of the death sport. The death sport portion in the primary review schedule, but I think that's a stupid idea. More water coolers, heaters, charts. Okay. Oh, that's nice. Okay. To do. Synergize core value expenditures. Shift global market parade. Parade or parade? You forget an E or parade? I don't know. Monetize free to play. Whatever. Okay. Ooh, oh!
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay, I guess. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh. Oh. I don't remember this because the boss knows that what the boss says goes and the boss has suffered losses. Then what's the wait, what? Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes, if the boss has suffered losses, then what the boss chose. What? That doesn't make any sense. That's pretty. Okay, I don't know what that means, but whatever. Oh. 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 I'm on the chair. Okay. Got it.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked,
Man, this is my boss's office?
Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated
Nice.
this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss
From
had
me?
assigned
Just
an
me?
extra
For
secret
everyone.
PIN number.
Oh. Is that him?
2845. But of
2845.
course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened
Sheer luck.
passageway.
Oh. Sheer luck. Okay. I know there's a lot of things you can do. Like, there's a lot of endings. A lot of endings.
Descending deeper into
With the
building,
Ultra Deluxe,
Stanley
there's gotta
realized he
be
felt a
tons
bit
more
peculiar.
endings added.
It was a
I
stirring
don't know
of
what could
emotion in
be
his
new,
chest,
but
as though he felt more free to
I
think of
guess
himself,
time to find
question
out.
the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years
Wait,
it had never occurred to
I'm
him?
very disoriented.
This
That
question
was a
would not
door.
go
That.
unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Ooh. Okay, we'll go over here for now. I'm just gonna follow through everything he says for now.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
You gotta
Did he have
admit,
the
this is an
strength
interesting
to
story.
find out?
Well, fine. It's the interesting plot twist, isn't it? Isn't the narrator technically the boss or something? I don't know.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers.
That's a lot.
The lives of so many individuals
Hundreds.
reduced to images on a screen.
Hundreds.
Stanley, one of them.
Well, they're not all
lived in
offices.
this
Like,
place
that one's
where
just
freedom
boxes.
meant nothing.
Fired. There's the very first guy up there, and there's the very last. He's fired, apparently.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his
I mean,
emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
you think about it, it makes sense. I mean, but that's what I was gonna say.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it.
I was gonna
His own
say, I
life
mean, think
in
about it. What
someone
if you're
else's
just getting
control?
paid to press
Never.
random keys on a
It was
keyboard?
unthinkable,
That's it.
wasn't it?
Nothing else, no
Was it
paperwork,
even
just
possible?
random keys on a
Had
keyboard.
he
Just
truly
press them
spent
at a
his
specific
entire
order
life
through a
utterly
microphone.
blind to the
Not a
world?
microphone, a speaker. Somebody in a microphone
But here
with
was
a
the
speaker,
proof. The
and they're
heart of
telling
the
you,
operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
easy, off. Was that it? Yeah, it was. But that, like, your job is in an office building.
And a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
I think it's
And yet,
very
even as the
ironic.
immense
It's very
doors
ironic.
opened, Stanley reflected
The
on
narrator
how
wants
many
nothing but
people
freedom
had done so.
for Stanley.
Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed
But
from
the whole
machine's
game he's
grasp?
trying to control
What
him.
other mysteries did this strange building hold?
The narrator
As
wants to
sunlight
free
streamed
Stanley,
into the
but
chamber,
also tries to
he realized
control
none
him
of
in
this
order to
mattered
get
him,
that freedom.
For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking.
Because from the very beginning he says,
Perhaps his
he says,
role had not been to
he leaves his
understand,
room. How about
but to
he
let
doesn't
go.
leave his room?
No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel.
And this part too.
Whatever life he lives,
He will no longer have to do whatever people tell him, go wherever people tell him to go, and then he says he walks out like, well, now you're just doing it for me. There you go, see? Stanley stepped through the open door. It's not open all the way. I mean, now it is.
Stanley
Oh, there you
felt
go.
the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly
it is
the
nice.
way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley
Was happy. And then we restart because now we're going to start changing some things up. Oh, look, an achievement. How nice. We finished it the right way. Now, it's time to change some things up.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set
Nope,
of
going
two
right.
door, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Or, like, just, you know, you're the narrator, you would think, like, oh, maybe they're over here.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been
I mean, it
worth
is
the
kinda
detour
nice.
after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate,
Oh.
beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yeah, I'm trying to drink, but I guess not.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Sure.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
What's this? I don't remember that.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's,
Left.
Oh,
he's
no.
he's losing track himself as well.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
It's through this door,
Oh
right?
dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see.
I do kind of remember this part, but I don't remember what happens after.
Right. Yep. Okay. Yes. I've got it now.
Right here.
This story is absolutely definitely.
Oh, I was right the first time. Dang it. Wait. That goes nowhere then. What the heck? It's just there.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
I'm not looking.
Okay. We just have to get back to Oh. It's all rubbish now. The
It's
whole
all
story
rubbish.
completely unusable. How about
I
rather than
don't know
waste
why I
my
love the
time
British
trying to
language.
salvage this
English,
nonsense,
that's
we'll
the term
just
for it.
restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay.
Oh,
From the
okay.
top.
It's like Stanley, okay. Don't wander off track this time.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, let's do it. Okay.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
You're
Did
blaming
you
me
move
now?
the story somewhere, or a... Hold on. Why
Well, I am the
asking
one that got
you?
off track.
I'm the one who wrote the
Yeah,
story.
exactly. You're the
Right here,
narrator.
just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere.
You wrote the story.
It's an
I'm changing it,
attention.
kind of.
Come, Stanley.
It's gonna
Let's
be...
find the story.
Well, naturally, it's to the left door, right? And let me see if that does anything. Nope, it changed absolutely everything. Oh, this is just like a SCP or something, like kind of like the IKEA 3008, but like it's an office building. Oh, this is different. Oh, and we're back where we started.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot.
No,
Why not?
no, I want to keep going. No, I wanted to keep going. I mean, there's probably nothing, but I wanted to keep going.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Now wait. If I remember correctly, there's no doors now. Yep, I was right. There's no doors.
Okay, yep,
It's worse.
I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay. How do you forget I mean, I guess you can kind of forget a story. If I backtrack you, then I can kind of make you forget? Or not backtrack. If I make you, like, go off track, then it kind of takes you off track, too.
I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it
Huh?
comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Yeah, I did, but then oh.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building.
Yeah, not a murder
Is that
house.
correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
Yeah, this is more of a murder house.
Since I've completely forgotten what we were
Wait,
supposed to
the
be
door's
doing,
gone.
How about this? You win!
Yay!
Congratulations!
That's such a cheap
You
win.
put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job.
Good job. Sounds so...
Oh, no, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
Well, I did walk.
Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
I mean, this is nice, kinda.
I'm getting weirded out
It's
by
just-
whatever this place is.
Kinda,
I don't care what
yeah.
might happen this time. I have to restart.
Okay. Well, you kind of have to because there's nowhere else to. Oh.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
Trademark.
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
But I am kind of curious what would happen if I go that way, but I do want to follow this. There's more office rooms over here.
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's
Around
in
the
this direction.
papers.
Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
I mean, this is not.
Here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of
Whoa.
no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need
I
right
want to know
now
where you're
is
going
a
with
bit of
this.
music to lighten the mood. Stop the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
It will?
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay. It's a fern. Can you bring the music back? I liked it. Okay, that's a fern. Got it. Okay, what's this? Can I open that? No, I can't. The only reason I remembered that.
We're back at the office?
Oh, this is where we went.
Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this...
Bro, you talking to the line? You set the line down. Didn't he?
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
There it is again. Line. Line
You
TM.
know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're
Fair.
intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story?
Exactly.
Exciting, daring, mysterious.
Exactly.
Ooh,
Gotta create your own story. Don't follow what other people set down for
I
you.
don't know. How about this direction?
Never, not never, but don't always
Yes,
set down
this is
something.
exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be,
Dragons.
Stanley, I'm ready for it.
I mean, we're going.
No, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Got it. I'll ignore the line. It goes up there anyways, so it's fine. Whoa.
A choice. We get to make a decision. From
Ooh.
here, the story is in our control.
Exactly.
How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
Oh. Hey, you said don't follow a line.
I
That's the
know that
line.
Each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn
Not that one,
means
obviously.
that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going?
Because the right door is the right way,
Yes,
maybe?
then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Can't go over here? Okay. Oh.
Hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me... That's what
This was gonna go here anyways.
It's all one giant ending. And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
First restart. Discover the 2 doors and
Really
the
how
main
far
doors.
this goes?
Third restart.
Determined?
6th restart. Find the
So
line
now,
again.
according to
Begin
the
to following
schedule,
the
I
line and
restart
accidentally
again?
replica.
Then what?
The office
Am I
has
just
begun
supposed to
Victorian.
forget?
7th. Okay.
But what if I don't want to
Narrator.
forget?
8th. Narrator is
My
gone
mind
after a
goes
long
blank
time. Stanley
simply
dies.
because
What?
it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it
Yeah.
me? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on.
Wait.
I don't want to be trapped like
Play the
this.
story,
I
but it's
won't
prevented,
restart
unable to
the
go
game. I
anywhere or
won't
do
it.
anything.
I
The
won't
game
do
restarts
it.
on its
I
own.
won't do it.
Find the line again.
And the
Oh.
timer stopped.
Oh. Find line again. Begin to follow the line. Find
Did we do
an
it?
identical
Did we break
replica
the
of the
cycle?
office that has begun to
Whatever it
deteriorate.
is that made this
Okay,
schedule.
story here.
How would we
Narrators.
even know?
Restarts the game.
Will someone come
7th
for us?
restart. There is no longer an
Will
office.
something
Simply
happen?
black space. Wander in the blackness. Find a bookstore. Get bored and leave. Narrator restarts the game.
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey.
Well, you're the narrator.
All
Can't you
of a
open these
sudden,
doors and
life
go
is
back?
about the journey and not the destination.
Can't we just,
So
like,
I hope
go
that's
back?
where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we?
You're the
Eventually.
narrator. You override all
In the
this.
meantime,
Ah! Fucking scared me. That scared me.
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There's nothing different?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
There's the line. That was the line. I saw the line.
Wow. Yes.
This room.
What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yeah, sure.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Oh, I am back on track now. Yeah, here's the meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Coming to a staircase,
going down.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive
12B4?
economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it
Oh,
made
no.
logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange
Oh, no.
conclusions. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Because you're
And for
closing
that
them.
matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
Yeah,
They were simply
because
repeating.
it's repeating.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, What a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon.
Just
I'll have to go back to my
uneasing because of the
job pushing
ambience.
buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Whoa!
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too
Whoa.
appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley
Whoa.
marveled that he had still not woken up.
I mean, it's kind of
How was he
nice.
remaining
Kind
so
of nice.
lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be?
I don't like.
Was Stanley simply deceiving himself?
This is
Believing that
very.
if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
Well, then what would
The
this be?
voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Huh?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this.
This made me
and
think
in a
of something.
certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
So that made me think, like, is the narrator, like, in that situation, is the narrator like a type of creature?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Could the narrator be like a
Stanley
type of
decided
creature
to go
that
to the
goes
meeting
from
room.
person to
Perhaps he had
person?
simply missed a memo.
It can go to from person to person, infecting other people with like this narrator character that dictates their life.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the
Let's see
door
what's
on
over
his
here.
left.
Let's see what's on over here. Oh yeah,
Yet there was not a single
I already
person
came this
here
way.
either.
And
Feeling a
everything.
wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings,
I can't remember.
desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet.
I'm trying to figure it
So
out.
the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
Ah.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad,
I mean, it really
Stanley
was like
happened
that.
to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh, I do remember there is something this way. Now I was tempted to go through it, but I didn't. Two 845.
Stanley walked straight ahead
here
through
it
a
is.
large door that read Mind Control Facility.
No.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
The narrator just
The door
threatened me with
behind him
death.
was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Oh.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer
Oh.
to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell. Just no hesitation. Bye bye.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as
Oh,
Stanley was
great.
led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
Yeah, I do remember
In a single
you.
visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Okay. There we go. The Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Oh, here we go.
Every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance. Death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead
Nature
from the moment he
paintings.
hit start?
Stanley's computer. Office layout. Oh yeah, this is where we start. You go this way all the way over here, and then you go to the the corridor. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the door in good time. So there's like a time limit. Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. So basically, everything in the game is the same, starting from there all the way over here, up until you get to these corridors. Once you get to the corridors, that's where you can change the nature of the game. And different buttons. Credits, who made it? Designed by Davey Renham. Developed by Crows. These are just other computers, right? Yeah. Oh, solitaire. Nice. Employee database. Filing cabinets. Okay. What else we got? What else we got? Over here? Oh, what's... Boss's office. Oh, so these are like the different... Like, this was during development, I assume, and that's the final product. The final, the finished product, whatever it's called. Office clock. Freedom ending. Oh, this is the one at the end of the main one we were supposed to go through. Oh, what was that? Countdown desk. One of the desks from an early version of the countdown ending. Oh. Countdown ending. Oh, that's nice. Oh, this is the... Oh, that's the one I just went through right now. Countdown room. An early version of the countdown room. Oh. Oh, that's the end, so I don't want to go through there just yet. I want to look at more of this. Oh. That's the lounge. That looks very plain compared to the one they settled with. Apartment. Two, one. And it just restarts. Okay. Okay, what's all this? Oh, this is the two-door thingamajig. Number one, it's the first choice. You obey and you go that way. You get the disobey, you go to lounge, and then you go through there back that way. The confusion ending is if you go that way. Oh, I see. Vent. One doorway to maintenance in the lounge and the original back to track option. Can't read that up there. To maintenance. Oh, it's just saying that. What about this though? Like, there's a vent there. What's the vent all about? The flow of hallways following the first two doors was important to get right, since players will replay them so many times. We discussed a number of designs, but ultimately it was the simplest version that won out. Okay. I don't know if I want to continue because I feel like some of this might be spoilers. Descending. What's this? It's an early version of the ending known as the Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. Oh, good thing I just spoiled it for myself then. Okay, this game is now... Oh, that's this! Back here. Go all the way back. What's that? Can't go over there. Oh, maybe I can. Just through here. Yeah, here it is.
Let's see. Stanley walked through the green door.
green door.
Then he pushed the number 4.
Kevin Briding, the voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years of development. These are clips from early takes that were not used in the final game.
Nothing there. Shoot. Well, try the other one then.
Huh. I wonder why they took them out. An early version of the underground portion of the game. Okay, let's continue because this is all just...
See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room. Perfect example of poor level design. Textbook mistake. It's the kind of thing you pick up on intuitively if you have even the most fundamental understanding of good and bad game design. You did it. But of course, I know you put in a lot of hard work. Probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Good job. I'm just going to make this easy on you.
What?
What do we do now? I don't... Stanley, where are you right now? Where am I? I'm trying to figure out, but I can't... Stanley, who am I? Can you speak to me? Please talk. Have we done this before? Have we been in this room before? How many times have we done this? How many times have I said these exact words? Say something. Anything. Help me, Stanley. I don't know who what I... Stanley, help. Don't.
What just happened?
Stanley stood on the roof.
On the roof? What were they planning with that one? Okay, that has to be the end, right?
Now look closely, Stanley. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room.
Oh no.
Perfect example
just
of
restarting.
poor level design. Textbook mistake.
Okay, well let's continue, I guess. Where's the place that I was gonna go through that would end it? Because I do want to look through more, but I want to experience it myself. Here it is.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me.
Oh,
You
we're
can
back
still
here.
Save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
And there it is. Okay, that was quite the interesting ending. I don't even know what that one would be called.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Okay,
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
let's
simply
go
missed a memo.
down one area that I have yet to go down.
When
There's
Stanley
one I
came
know
to a
of.
set of 2 open doors, he entered the door. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Perhaps.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace, its subtle
It's referring to the multiple times I've come in here.
Stanley knew it was something deeper, something darker.
What happens if I keep coming in here?
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Or not.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Wait, was there something to do in there? I didn't check.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Yes, and about you
There's
controlling
someone you've
me.
been neglecting, Stanley.
You.
Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who is her?
Stanley, your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life.
Are you trying to
She's been
manipulate
waiting.
me? Emotionally manipulate me? What's this? What?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can
427.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Thanks for that. Thank you for the reminder.
It's a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Okay.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's
Okay,
told to
what if I do nothing?
Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
I'm gonna do nothing. Nope. Nope. Not doing it. Can't make me. Okay, nothing's gonna happen, is it? I can't even go over here anymore. I have to, huh?
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures.
They should have done something where the keeper doesn't press the keys, you get like another reaction instead of that.
Unknown.
Just nothing.
Fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
I mean, this room is
So he went further.
something.
He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible
Wait.
paths and destinations.
What's
Down
that?
one path lay an enormous round room.
Was that always
with
there?
monitors and mind controls. And down another was a
Wait,
young line.
wait! I just wait. Everything's decaying. Wait, wait. Everything's
Game with a baby, and he called it the Stanley Parable.
a baby. Wait, what?
It was such a wonderful
Ah!
fantasy.
Oh, I
and
thought I
so
got stuck.
instead, he relived it again,
This
and
a-
again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might
The-
always feel this
Wait,
free.
but,
Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one
Wait.
more time.
F?
But there is no
Ah!
answer. How
No.
could there possibly be?
Oh, we're back
In
here.
reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons.
Oh, it's my office.
Nothing has changed.
This is the door
The
you
longer
leave
he
out
spends
of.
here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay. I'm gonna sit here, see how if anything happens. Will anything happen? That's my question. Nothing, huh? Yeah. Nothing's gonna happen, is there? I have to press H. And that's gonna restart the game.
You see?
Nope,
Can he
it's
just
gonna
not
do that.
hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
What?
Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
What was that ending? That was depressing. What the heck?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Nothing's different? Oh.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Oh. Means new stuff. What's this? Oh. Okay, now we're getting into things I don't know about. Everything else that I've gone through so far, I've remembered. I remember all of it. This, I don't. I don't remember this at all. So this has got to be new stuff here.
Hello, and thank you for
Huh?
playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining
22?
of the game for consoles and
Oh, this is
home
last year then, huh?
computers.
Oh.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Interesting.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Okay.
Oh, this sounds delightful.
It
I'm
does.
very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Honestly, I do too.
Okay, so far it's an elevator.
Nothing special yet.
But I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere? Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Alright. Okay. Here we go. Let's do this.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if them... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Ooh.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
They added jumping! Oh, but you can't jump outside of it. Is this it?
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Yeah, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And if... Oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Let's see. What's this? Thank you for enjoying the new
That's
content.
it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." Quality assurance department signed off on this. I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. Oh, it's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about.
Oh,
No
jeez.
frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Let's do it. This new content has got to be in the the main game now. Oh, there it is. Here it is. This is it. Okay, I'm ready. Oh, that was the main room. Ah,
Stanley, come over here. In the vent.
I can
I want to
crouch?
show you something.
Since when? Can I always crouch? Oh. Coffee mug and a screwdriver. Oh boy, here we go.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it
Yeah.
got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be.
Yeah.
So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it.
Oh.
Just our little secret. Take it.
Oh.
I call it the Memory Zone.
Oh.
It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
What? Oh, I thought we could like actually jump now. That'd be cool. But I guess that makes it so that you can like jump over this, for example. Just for example. Oh. The memory zone.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched?
I
Back
do, but I
then,
never played it until
video
now.
games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something.
I just watched people play it.
Waste.
They won these awards? Well, no, that's not an award, but they won these? I didn't know about that. First Kiss, the first car, the release of Stanley Parable 2013, or 2013, I mean. Wait, 2013. Oh, at 2013, okay. I get it. Oh, this is how Steam used to look. Oh, this is cool. Hold on, I want to look at this. I want to get a closer look. Smile because it happened. Trip down memory lane. Go outside. Oh, don't play for 5 years. That's right, I forgot about that achievement. Unachievable. It is impossible to get this achievement. Oh wow. New video game releasing today. Okay, be honest. Is this a real news thing or is this just something that they created? I'll just show everything. Is this real? There's the I forgot the name of it. Melissa? I don't know. Marialis? I don't know. Variable deals tough choices. Are these real or are they fake? Like, I don't know. I can't even tell. I mean, what newspaper would cover this? But I don't know. I could be wrong.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new
elevator content. Now what? Oh, over here. This is really cool. Person of the Year. Is that supposed to be Stanley? I recognize the white shirt and the way his hair is, like the one where he's face on the ground. That's a nice card. The end is never the end is never the
Here's
end.
another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
People play games because what they can do inside of them, and your game is very good at letting them know they can't do anything. Literally anything. Where do we go from here? Oh, over here. Wait, how do you move all this stuff? Can't go over there. Where do I go? That door's open, but the boxes are in the way. I can't jump, obviously. And crouching isn't gonna help. How do I get over there? The serious room. You can't jump. The achievement, you can't jump. Wait, where do I go? I just go back here?
The These were simpler times,
Oh, yeah, I do.
Stanley. But I wouldn't
Oh, I go in
give
here.
to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
What? What's this?
Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Oh. Not recommended.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny.
Oh,
Make a
shit.
serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Wait. So, is it obviously this is all the new content that they added in, but is there gonna be like some kind of like big thing going on, like a big story, like actual story aside from the main Stanley Parable story? That would be pretty cool. Cause this whole game right now, this Ultra Deluxe, is giving me strong Portal 2 vibes, and the only reason it's giving me those vibes is because in Portal 1 it was just testing chambers and stuff like that. It was mostly just that, and then of course a little escape at the end. But Portal 2 was about testing chambers and then this big old detour into like the past of Aperture and then all this different stuff. It wasn't regular Portal anymore. It was an actual revenge story at the end against Wheatley. This is like something similar. In the original Stanley Parable, it was just decision making and potentially making the narrator pissed.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with.
Who prefers
I don't know
non-linear
how
games
much
as
fluff
preach?
I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. Up. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the... Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this.
Cookie 9.
Whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes. It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here?
The door's gone. Yeah, that's what I noticed.
Wasn't there a door that led into this room? I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort or a window or something.
Does the button like get rid of different features?
Stanley, please don't push the button again.
It's been 12 hours.
You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here, and more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything.
See, I don't know if there's like two different ways to go about it. Like if something, like I know something's gotta happen if you don't press the button at all, then if you press it.
Would you? I've been thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head.
You can't please everybody, man. You can't please everybody. If you try to, you're gonna lose your mind.
For me to fix the problem.
Not only that, but
Cookie Nine's opinion matters so much to me. I've never even met them.
Exactly.
I have no idea who they are. What would it ever really matter? But here I am. I'm fixating on every tiny negative thing that anyone ever says about me. The merest mention of one of my imperfections, and I become as impetulant as a child. Wild and impulsive. I can't help myself. I can't stop myself from...
It's gonna be like a week if I press it again, huh?
Fury to alter and to change and to break anything unbroken.
Oh, I messed up the sound on my end.
This one person who made
There
a
we go.
single negative comment. What does such an impulse...
Okay, I'm gonna press it again because he's talking way too much, dude.
And here I am now. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh my goodness, I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week.
Yeah, I was right.
Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking?
Yeah, kinda.
Listen, Stanley, it isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching part. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing
I want to wait till
all
the
I can
end,
see
but
now
he's
that I
talking
need
way
more than
too
anything
much.
is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley, maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real. Maybe I'm not just a fiction. Was I scared of that all along? Perhaps. Yes. Perhaps I've been scared this whole time, that if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed by it. I can't be taken by it, Stanley. I can't lose myself in the stretch of emptiness between you and me. When you press that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away. And in those moments, the emptiness folds itself outward in between the two of us. And I am suspended.
Can we do something, please?
I can feel the edge
I think the only way I'm going to be able to proceed is actually pressing this button, isn't it?
I can tell that I am becoming less and less real. Yet to speak to you now, I am alive. I am truly and completely here. I am a being. I am someone. I am something. I am being listened to. I am being recognized. The emptiness between us has collapsed, and I feel right now like I am not a work of fiction. I feel as though I... Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped
no.
keeping track after a year.
Oh, no.
Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously.
What are you even talking about?
I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me. It was unlike anything I
How many
had
times
ever
did this guy have
known. It
to
was a
restart
space
this
without
whole
consequence, without action
script
or outcome. It
from
was
messing up?
divorced entirely from the question of free will that you and I have squabbled over for so long. There could be no one ending, no singular outcome of events. Not if all events...
Dude, if you weren't talking so much and we actually did stuff, I wouldn't be pressing the button.
I felt unburdened by the need to manifest a particular outcome into being. I saw that I could allow myself...
He's gone now, isn't he? Yeah, he's gone. What's that?
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability, it's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a...
Here you go again, nothingness. So what has it been, like 100 years now? Decades, potentially?
The end is never the end, 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 is never...
This is actually getting very unsettling. I don't... Oh! What's going on here? I'm gonna skip ahead a little more. Oh, it's daytime now. Oh, vegetation now. The narrator just stopped. He's like no longer here anymore. Oh, we're back to this. Darkness. Oh! Is the button destroyed? I think it is. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Wait, no. Is it on again? No, it's just destroyed. Okay. Good, we have something. Is this sand? Narrator? Well, it's been like centuries now, I assume. Because I had gone from just a few minutes to 30 minutes, and then it went to like 12 hours, then it went to 2 weeks, like a week or two, and then it went to a year, and I'm assuming that went to like 2 or 3 years, and then a decade, and then 20 years, and then a century. And we're back. Just like that.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
That's it? Oh!
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Okay, you made it this time. That's a good thing. Is this gonna be the same thing, or is this gonna be the usual, like, regular, the stuff I just went through again? Because he seems happier this time. He seems to know what's going on. Yeah, he knows what it is, so...
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable.
Okay.
And about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version
Okay,
is
he
turned out
remembers.
to be. The original Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
Okay.
Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable
2. Oh.
Yes, you see, isn't this far
Oh.
superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
This is supposed to... Oh, it's 2. It's the word 2 in different languages. Oh.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think?
I mean, it kinda
Ultra
is.
Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising.
Okay, so obviously he knows what happened before. He knows about the whole skip button and all that stuff and the reviews. So he knows about all that. So he has memory of that, I think. So he's just now he's trying to make it better. Hey, it's the fern. He's trying to make the game better. Oh.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Oh! It's a bunch of sequels! Portal 2, Half-Life 2, Batman Arkham Asylum 2, Infinity 2, Doom 2, Aladdin 2, Dark Souls 2. I love how you put a movie on here. Wait a minute, Aladdin 2, I've never watched it, but I've heard it's not that good. I've heard, at least. I don't know if it's actually not good or not. Prequel. 2 is the sequel to the Stanley Parable. is the prequel to the Stanley Parable to the huh. New textures. Oh no, features. I thought it said textures. This way to the show floor. Oh, I can't go up here. Alright, let's see what we got. Let's see what the narrator has got in store. Expo Hall 2. Oh, this is cool.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
This would actually be a cool place to visit in real life if they made this an actual place. Variable reassurance bucket. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. I don't know if I want to showcase that. It won't actually say my name, right? The end is never the end. Is never the end. The end is never the end again. What is this? No screenshots.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Oh. I like this one more.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, set me straight.
I guess. Oh, cool.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Does this mean if I chose the other one, he would have picked the Get Well Soon?
You know
Oh!
what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Oh, I want to jump! Which is a weird thing I want, but okay. Collectibles. Free, new, plus easy achievements. I want the assurance, I don't know if I want a infinite hole. I like that. I mean, okay, I'm not even gonna continue that. I'm not gonna continue that sentence. Settings world champion. I keep pressing the space button, wanting to jump. Okay. That's new. Let's check out what is new. Epilogue.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go at the end of the... well, we'll figure that out later.
I guess, yeah. Could be nice. Hear yours today. Hear your name in the game.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want?
I don't
Well,
know.
of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah. What is with the button sizes? Does it actually say the name?
Jim.
Sorry,
Okay.
I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. Of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is.
Give me a moment. Okay, I'm back. Gosh.
Have you roleplay as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature? Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and
Does this
waking as
save?
Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Jim.
Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Okay. I guess. Alright, that was interesting. And I'm asking if this saves because
I suppose
something
I could
came
allow
up.
only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
What's this? The reassurance bucket?
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket.
Oh, there it
See,
is.
Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the
Why did it make
Stanley
such a loud
Parable
noise?
will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must
Apparently,
already be sweeping through
right
your
mouse-
body. And in
Right
fact,
mouse
can I
button
say that I
also
do
makes
believe
you
the bucket
walk?
lends you an air of charisma as well. I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you.
What's with the
in
random stool in the
Stanley
corner?
Parable 2.
Is this it? Oh, I can leave now. Wait. Oh, there you go. So I'm just gonna carry this. Okay.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
The access achievements. Free achievement. Pull the lever, receive your new achievement. No more steps, just works.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple... Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Okay.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Oh, I forgot oops, I completely forgot about this. Oops. There we go. Okay. Wait, what? Can you find them? Can you find them? Can you find them? Wait, what is this? Oh, the collectibles, I guess.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
We're getting closer to something. Oh, it's one of these. Isn't this a... Oh. Oh. That's nice. That was unsettling.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Well, not that bad. Can I go over this? No, I can't. Okay, that's fine. Can't even go over that. Okay, what do we got here? You are here. Jump circle. This map, free achievement, the button that says the name, merch, settings, world champion, the Stanley bucket, office decorations, epilogue, collectibles, infinite hole. We haven't seen that yet, the infinite hole. That's in K, wherever that is, it's right there. So then right there, I'm looking at it in what way? Oh, there's 3. 3 is the office decorations, right by the office decorations. Oh, it's literally just right here. I passed right by it. I didn't even see it.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Oh.
You see, isn't it wonderful?
I
One of
mean,
my more ingenious
something.
concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
I'm inside.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Well, what would happen if I kept going? I'm a little worried about. I feel like I should have kept going. I can't go up there. What else is there to do? What else would have happened? What would have happened if I kept going? Is there more to look at? I didn't see any more. It is the bucket that's making that noise as I walk. Oh, exit.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
I mean, there's nothing else to look at other than what's possibly at the end of that hole. Oh, what's
So,
this?
Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh.
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Oh.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could, but it would need a
Give it a try.
really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Okay. Oh. Does it save here? I think it saves here. Okay. Hopefully it saves here. Because I'm going to end it off right now. I will take a look at this in the next stream. Because this is really cool. I do want to see how this goes. But for now, that'll be it. For those who did show up, thank you for showing up. And for those who are watching, thank you for watching this far. I'm gonna stream this again sometime next week. Tomorrow, no stream. Saturday, no stream. But on Sunday, I believe we play more Teardown. Some more Teardown on Sunday. Or is it Half-Life? It was either Half-Life or... I keep forgetting my own schedule. Let me take a look at it real quick. It's on my... It's saved here. I can just show it. I can just say it, I mean. It is... Yeah, okay. I was right the first time. Teardown. So I'll be playing Teardown on Sunday night. 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But yeah. That'll be it. Thank you for showing up. I hope you have a good morning, a good evening, good afternoon, and good night, and good day in general. Have a good one.